everything starts invisible and then becomes visible. Today, with modern science, we don't have to convince anybody that things that are not visible are real. Electrons are not visible, but the whole world is made up of electrons. So in a sense, that which is not visible is even more powerful than that which is. What we're seeing in the world today is pretty shocking, could be very frightening, but look at what's happening. Around Pesach time of this year, there was one man who lives alone. His wife passed away, they never had children. He's completely, totally alone. So the night of the Seder, he's sitting in his apartment, and it dawns on him that it's Pesach. He hadn't thought about it, he wasn't aware of it, he doesn't really observe most holidays, he's not into it. But it bothered him that it's the night of the Seder, and he's doing nothing. So he went into the pantry and looked for what he can use to make a Seder. He had no matzah, but he found rice cakes. Good enough. He took 3 rice cakes and some wine that he had in the house, probably not kosher. And he dug out his grandmother's Haggadah. And he followed the instructions as best as he could. He had never made a Seder in his life. After Yontif, he calls me. He says, I decided to make a Seder, and I was expecting to feel nothing, but I was surprised. It felt significant, like somebody was listening. So I've been thinking about that, and I was wondering, what would my very religious friends say if I told them about this Seder? They would say it was a shanda, it was blasphemous, making a joke of the Seder, rice cakes. If he made a blessing on it, it was a blessing made in vain. They're not matzahs. And the wine, the 4 cups, non-kosher wine, he should never have done that. Now if I would ask my secular friends would probably say, he really didn't have to bother. I mean, what for? Unnecessary. But if we were to ask the Baal Shem Tov, ask the Rebbe, what do you think of this Seder? I'm sure the Rebbe would say, of all the Seders, that one brought God to tears. So we should be very encouraged that this year, with its pain and with its tragedies, has brought out the beauty within people. Mashiach is not a miraculous event. Mashiach does not perform miracles. It's the natural result of all the years of goodness, devotion, sacrifice, commitment, and loyalty to God's commandments, to the goodness of the world, to the perfecting of the world. Now it's time to see the results. The virus that we're suffering from, how tiny is that? How tiny is that? And yet, look at what it's doing to us, which gives us a lot of encouragement. Because if a microscopic evil can cause so much damage, imagine what a microscopic mitzvah can do in the positive. This is a process that leads and brings the world to its perfection. So let's get busy.